Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Will Lou. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. This is the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway, and we are here at the CCYA headquarters today. Big thanks to CCYA for hosting us.
Jordan crosses over Russell. Oh, the Jazz win!
This is the gym that you see behind us. They do a lot of great work. Alex Wong, what does CCYA do?
Yeah, shouts to Clement Chu and CCYA. You know, we have the whole team helping us here today. We got Johnson. You know, we got the geek freak Carl. Happy birthday. You know, CCYA, a nonprofit organization. They do a lot of stuff in the basketball space, in the Asian community. They've been doing it since the Raptors' inception in '95.
Damn.
So it's pretty cool to be here, like, you know, as the 30th anniversary season is approaching. And yeah, a lot of cool basketball programs around the city. If you're interested, go to ccya.org. You know, you can enroll your kids, your nephews, anybody into these programs. On the weekends, they can come learn basketball skills.
Right.
And of course, like Clement's been super kind to us, especially the last few years. You know, they've done a lot of super cool Raptors related drops, which, you know, visually you can see here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Boba Raptor was a big hit. You know, the Lucky Cat came through. You know, the Bruce Lee Raptors one. I feel like that one really took people by storm, you know?
Yeah.
Because people love Bruce Lee.
There's also the black sweater. There's a picture of Kelly Olynyk wearing the sweater. I'll send it to Jerome so you can insert it into the pod.
Many Raptors have represented it, but super cool. You know, Clem, CCY has gotten to work with like Mitchell and Ness as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, the Celeb Classic, which we've had the honor of being a part of the last few years. Sorry, couldn't make it this year. You know, we were in Summer League up to our shenanigans at the Win.
One of us was.
Yeah, but we're here, man. All right, dog. Summer's over.
Summer is over.
Long weekend is done. CNE is closed.
Right. Brat Summer officially over.
No more Tiny Tims. And we're heading towards the start of the season. I believe we're under 50 days until the start of the regular season.
Yeah.
And what you got? You know, you're bringing the show to life today.
That's
what
right.
are you bringing to the table today, dog?
All right, so I have not told Alex what the premise of today's show is.
I wouldn't have checked anyways.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a question straight up. Okay. How excited are you about this upcoming Raptors season?
Again, I am.
Be honest.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
In terms of the on-court product.
Yeah.
I would say a 6 out of 10.
6.
And in terms of just creating content and being part of this season, the 30th anniversary season, I am right now at a 9 out of 10.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I thought 6 was actually a little bit high.
Really?
Because
you thought it was gonna come with like a 3?
Because the way you've been talking about the team offline is less than a 6, I would say. But that's okay because I got 10 reasons for you to be excited.
Oh, yo, Mr. 10 Things. Mr. 10 Things is bringing 10 things today.
Yeah, here you go. 10 reasons to get excited.
Mr. 10 Things is here.
Let's go, Moneyball.
All right. After every one of these reasons, I want to see if it bumps up a little bit.
Are these ranked or are these all random? Like how are you presenting these?
Who am I to tell you what's the most exciting thing? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna give you 10 reasons off the top of my head.
Okay.
Why you should be excited for this upcoming season.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start with some of the more obvious ones.
Sure.
Okay. RJ Barrett. How about this? One of the reasons to get excited. RJ Barrett continues his breakout season.
Oh yeah, I love that. You know, I think one of my favorite things about last season was seeing all the chatter around RJ when he got traded here.
Yeah.
What was that famous thing? Like he was just like a throw-in, or they called his contract toxic.
Yeah, toxic asset.
They called him Britney Spears.
Yep.
They said he was toxic, and then seeing the way, like, obviously given his history, where he's from, like, just embrace being a Toronto Raptor.
Right.
Like, I know this is like a thing that maybe you can't really quantify, but it's just seeing the way he carried himself, seeing how much he cared in these games on a team that really wasn't going anywhere, and seeing the way he was able to improve in a new role. That was super exciting. So definitely, RJ became one of my favorite Raptors, and he will be one of my favorite Raptors heading into this season.
So I think there's 2 points with RJ that makes me excited because I think there's the homecoming angle, right, which we've talked about. I mean, RJ, as soon as he landed in Toronto, the open gym crew goes with the minivan to go pick him and Emanuel Quickly up from the airport.
Shouts to Rocky.
Shouts to Rocky and the crew. And they're asking him, like, hey, where are you going to be excited to go? And RJ's like, man, I can't wait to go to Tim's and Osmo's.
You think that was cap, or was that scripted, or do you think
I don't,
that was genuine excitement?
That's ice cap. No, no, I think that's actually genuine excitement because, like,
he's like, give me a double-double on the rocks.
Yeah, honestly, that's really what he was getting when he came to Toronto.
So homecoming angle.
It's the homecoming angle, and I think it's like
angle.
really cool that we actually have like a young Canadian player who really loves being here and is actually really good as well. We've had like Canadians join the Raptors. You know, even Corey Joseph was in his prime.
Sure.
You know, Ken Burch was sort of towards the end of it. You know, obviously. Jamal McGlure was on the Raptors. You know,
make sure you mention Chris Boucher. Though,
oh man, Chris Boucher, of course, right? But
man.
like, I think this is like a clear-cut starter who's like excited to be here. The homecoming angle is good. The other angle for me is just like, whenever you see a guy like figure out his career, I get excited because like I think for RJ, he came in with so much hype. There was like he was like the #1 prospect even heading into their college season at Duke, ahead of a guy like Zion. Of course, Zion obviously overtook him in that sense. But, you know, and John Morant did as well. But he was still the 3rd overall pick, goes to New York, just wasn't necessarily, like, comfortable. But there was clearly a talented player there. And I think, I mean, coming to Toronto, he went from, like, basically around 36% of his shots were in the restricted area. Last season, it was about 50 when he came to the Raptors. So I think the Raptors just found a better way to use him overall. So that, I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, I just want to see RJ continue it. I want to see, like, do you think RJ will lead the team in scoring, things like that?
Yeah, let me ask you a question, brother, about RJ. Were you surprised at what RJ brought to the table when he came to Toronto? Like, you obviously watch a lot of ball. Like, having watched him on the Knicks, did you think this version of RJ was possible?
I think it was possible because it's not like he was doing anything that, like, he never did in New York, right? Like, he's had good stretches. But I think more than anything else, like, what was surprising was it was so heavily tilted towards like Emanuel Quickly is like the big piece we're getting back from OG that like it wasn't spoken about as much with RJ. I remember like the day it broke, I was in Montreal.
The day it broke,
getting a massage. I'm not even kidding.
The funny thing is, the day it broke, I was here at this gym.
Oh yeah,
at a CCY event. Yeah,
nice
with Matt Bonner.
Oh yeah,
and Josh Fan, you know, a trainer who works closely with Jeremy Lin.
Right, super fan.
Yeah, and I remember the exact same thing as you.
Right.
It was like seeing the return
for sure,
and being really excited about IQ.
Yeah.
And then not really knowing what to make of RJ. It was like, oh, was he actually just thrown in there, like his contract and all that stuff?
No, and you can even look back, like, obviously last year's Knicks playoff run was really great, and it made that without, obviously, RJ and IQ. But, like, the year before that, RJ had a lot of really great games there, which I feel like kind of gets overlooked in a way. But I think what was surprising was just seeing a player's skill set reimagined in a different context. Now, of course, the Raptors were obviously a losing team and like too much bad stuff was going on. But realistically, they got him to sort of like cut down on things like pick and roll ball handling, cut down. He wasn't necessarily a high isolation player, but they cut that down even more as well. There's a lot more ball movement, him attacking off of cuts. And like, yeah, like you take anybody who took about a third of his shots at the rim to like half of his shots at the rim. Like that's, I think for me, that was actually probably, as far as what Darko did coaching-wise, that was probably the most impressive thing for me last year. So I think I just want to see RJ continue to have like a 20-point season, be efficient, and, you know, represent Toronto, represent Osmos.
Represent we the North. Okay, Strizzy.
Is this making you excited?
Yeah, I was already excited about RJ, so I'm still at my steady six out of 10 right now.
All right, we're trying to get you from a 6 to an 8.
We'll get to maybe 6.5. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
All right, next second reason. Okay, I want to see if Emanuel Quickly can average 20 points.
Okay.
And so last year, after coming to the Raptors, he averaged about 18 and a half. Okay, so close enough to 20.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. There's only been 4 point guards ever in the history of the Raptors that have averaged 20 for a season.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to guess who the other 4 are?
Damon Stoudemire.
Yeah. Did it one season.
Kyle Lowry.
Did it twice.
Mike James.
Mike James. Yeah, I didn't think you'd get Mike James, man.
Did Mike James hit?
Yeah. Mike James in 2000.
Elite contract year from Mike
2006. He played 79 games and averaged 20.
You don't understand. After the second half of the season,
yeah,
he was averaging like 25 shots a game.
Yeah.
Like pure for the love of the contract.
He got one, though. He got like a 6-year deal.
So there's one more point guard.
Yeah.
Do I know this point guard?
For sure, yeah.
20 plus?
20 plus.
Not TJ Ford or Calderon.
No, not even close.
They wouldn't have gotten there.
Maybe combined they got 20, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to give up on. I need to know the last one. Yeah.
The last one was, I guess, he was an all-star that season.
He was an all-star.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna have to tell me.
They talked about it on the broadcast every day.
Who?
We talked about it on the show. We called him Rice.
What? Oh, Fred. Oh, yeah. How did I forget about Fred?
Yeah,
Yo, my bad, Fred.
Fred also got to 20.3 is the highest. But seriously, a point guard in Toronto Raptors history, this is 30 years of history now.
Sure.
The highest a point guard's ever averaged is 22.4 with Kyle Lowry, which, like, I don't know if Quickly would do that this season, but it's somewhat conceivable.
I think it's very doable for IQ.
Is that a realistic goal? IQ averages 20 a game.
I think that's realistic.
Okay.
I think he can do it. Yeah.
All
What's his career high?
Career high is probably last season coming to the Raptors. He was around 18 and a half.
Okay. So, no, I think it's totally doable.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to make a jump. IQ's going to make a jump.
Is this exciting you, though? That's
still at 6, yeah.
Still at 6.
You know the thing is, like, yes, like
we
these
got
players.
8 more reasons. Don't worry, man.
No, but these are the players, but it's like, I think people will just get more excited if there's more players to talk about. I think there's excitement. There's going to be a lot of conversation around Scottie, around RJ, and around IQ.
Yep.
And then after that, you're like looking for different storylines. I think people are going to be looking at Grady to see what he can do this year. And then after that, there's just a lot of unknowns, right?
Don't jump ahead, man. These are all the reasons. You can see them coming.
Y'all remember when Kyrie beat the Nuggets with that left-handed floater from here? That's the one I want you guys to make. This is reaching embarrassing levels, man. I think Jerome's the closest right now. I think Jerome's got the feel for it. Ooh. Wow. Oh my God. This guy doesn't even have a good handle on the ball. Here we go. There we go. Now one of you guys got to make it too, man. Let's go. Oh! Okay, you have a shot to tie. Shot to tie. Oh, brother.
Just don't throw Jakob Poeltl at me, okay?
Reason number 3. Don't worry, Jakob Poeltl is not coming up.
Thank Lord.
Scottie Barnes making an All-NBA leap. So I actually looked at this because to me, it's like once you make All-Star, the next thing all the 24 All-Stars should be looking at is how do we get to the next most exclusive list, which is the 15 All-NBA players.
Sure.
Right? And I think Scottie obviously like made it as a reserve last year, sort of as an injury reserve, right? So it is obviously a huge jump. Maybe he doesn't make it this year, but maybe in the future. Yeah. The thing is, I was looking at this is not a breaking news or anything. Yeah. But it is damn hard to make.
Do you have the 15
All-NBA looks?
All-NBA players.
I do have the 15 All-NBA players.
So let's go through and see who actually will fall off this year.
Seriously, the first 2 teams, you're not cracking those, right?
Okay.
Realistic is like, can you get to the 3rd team level?
Yeah. So who was on the 3rd team?
3rd team last season had LeBron James.
Okay. No, my boy Braun is gonna keep it going.
Okay.
Appreciate greatness.
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker will also have a huge Olympics leap,
And speaking of the Olympics, I don't know if you heard of Stephen Curry.
Steph was 3rd team
Steph
last year?
was 3rd team last year.
Okay, Steph is definitely going to be there. Possibly even higher.
So this is super difficult. Yeah. We've already ruled it out, right? The other 2 that rounded out the 3rd team.
Don't tell me Sabonis.
No! Domantas Sabonis.
Not Sabonis.
And Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay,
those are the kind of players where it's like, can you get to on their level or can you get to like above those levels?
See, I think as an individual player, it's not far-fetched to like sit here and say at the end of the year, if you pick between Scottie, Sabonis in the bonus, and Halliburton, like who would you rather have? I think that's more than a fair conversation to say maybe I'll go with Scottie. But those 2 guys are probably projected to be on better teams.
There's a lot of team success.
Success matters so much, and because we all know this, like whenever we've talked about All-NBA for all of these guys, right? Yeah. Even when Pascal was here and that. So if you want to set the goal for All-NBA, I think that's fine. I feel like that's a realistic goal for Scottie to like work towards. But I feel like until the team is good again, like he's not going to be in these conversations at all.
I hear you. And honestly, even with Halliburton and Sabonis, Halliburton led the league in assists.
Yeah.
And Sabonis led the league in rebounds.
Yeah, you have
to be... So
it's
an easier case when it's like you're at the top of the list for something.
Yeah. And being on a losing team just gives people an excuse to just completely leave you off.
The thing is, like, when I looked at like the guys who were like the closest cut in terms of guys who didn't make it, it's guys that like Jaylen Brown was like the closest cut. I mean, he probably could have made it, honestly. He had a really good playoffs,
I mean,
too.
that's the slam dunk contest winner and the finals MVP.
Did he actually win the slam dunk contest?
Yeah, remember he went left-handed. He was hating on people.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He had an amazing year.
Yeah, only one of us watches hoop.
Yeah, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Rudy Gobert, Victor, Zion, Paolo, De'Aaron Fox, Bam, DeMar DeRozan.
Well, that's really tough because
that's the next closest ones.
Because you look at guys like Paolo, even like guys like Zion, like you would expect them to maybe rebound and make a leap this season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and those guys like Steph and LeBron are not going away.
No.
Like they're taking a step back maybe, but like they're still gonna be an all NBA player.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I like putting Scottie on that on that path to see if we can track his progress towards all NBA. I just don't think it's realistic this season.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I would love to have something to push agenda-wise.
Okay, agenda-wise, I think
Are we going to be prediction-wise? Are we going to be making a shameless Scottie Barnes all NBA push?
That one's
towards
tough.
the end of the season.
I'm more want to push agendas like by the end of this season, it'll be clear cut that he's the best player from his draft class.
Okay.
Because right now I feel like the conversation is already moving that way a little bit.
He's certainly ahead considering he won Rookie of the Year and made All-Star
People
team.
are giving Evan Mobley still a bit of room to like grow into that.
Right.
Which, we're going to be definitely on the opposite side of that.
Oh, for sure, man.
And who else was in that draft? Jalen Green. Yeah.
Franz.
Our Asian brother.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Cade Cunningham, like, I don't know, bro.
Sure.
Like, good luck winning 14 games
They got
a year.
Tobias Harris now.
Oh yeah. They got little Toby over there.
they got Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's cute. Yeah, they need Tim Hardaway Sr., man.
Yeah, they need the killer crossover.
Yeah, so Scottie is the best from his draft class,
Okay.
like, without a doubt.
All right.
All-Star, obviously.
bucket,
I think he's gonna be there for All-Star. I think the All-Star agenda is easy.
All right.
I don't know. What else could he be in contention for, like awards-wise?
I mean, it's pretty much all NBA, really. Like, he's not really going to win, like, Defensive Player of the Year next
If he
season or
suddenly, if he does, the Raptors would have to be a winning team too. Yeah, so you never know. But
all right, well, hopefully we'll push some.
Yeah, we got some pro Scottie agendas on the way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Item number 4.
Yeah.
Grady Dick breakout season. I know you've already predicted.
I'm
this.
like super in on this.
Yeah.
Like I've said,
what's the basis of this? I just want to know, like, what's like the hoop reason?
It doesn't need to be any like deeper. Like I just like Dick. And for me, I just really like Grady as a player. I think just watching a lot of these young guys come in, he was really struggling at the start of the year, but like just seeing the way he was able to bounce back his confidence. I like the way that he like really does put an emphasis on like other parts of his game, like offensive rebounding. I feel like he tries on defense. I don't know if he's ever going to be like a great defender, but like he's someone that maybe you can't just like, you don't need to like take off the floor in like close games. And we got Davion Mitchell anyway, so as insurance, so he can come in anytime. And I really think he has an elite skill with the shooting. I don't think it's transpired yet. Like even in summer league, even though he was impressive in his brief stretch, he wasn't really shooting the ball that well. It was just getting volume up. But like if you talk about elite skills, Grady has an elite skill, and not a lot of guys on this team has that. And I feel like he can hone that and then add around his game, and he can become. I want him by the end of the season to just be like established as a starter in this league. Like there's no questions asked. He's a starter on this team. When we talk about the core group, we can talk about him as well.
Okay, so for me, my core goal was like no huge dips over the course of the season. Yeah. Like I know what he can do. If you put him in the starting lineup, he'll probably average like 11, 12 points, which he already did last year towards the end of the season. Yeah. Right. So that's already something that he can do, but just no like huge dips, right? Because last year we've seen like crazy lows and crazy highs. Consistency, I think, is the biggest goal for him in the second year. The other goal, I think, for me is just like you got to show me a second skill, because realistically, what the difference between like a guy like Klay Thompson, which is probably like if you got to say like the best possible outcome, and I'm not saying that like we're gonna say he's gonna become Klay Thompson, right? But like ideally, within the realm of possibilities, this is probably at the very upper end of the scale there. What differentiates a guy like Klay is, in addition to obviously all the big playoff moments too, is that he showcased a secondary skill. Defensively, he was already really, really good, and it really complemented the rest of obviously what Golden State went on to build, especially with Steph obviously needing somebody to guard the point guards. Klay would always be the one to do that. That separated him from someone like, let's say, like a Kyle Korver, who was
Sure.
also like just as
Yeah.
good of a shooter as Clay, but didn't necessarily have that other skill set. Even like in modern generation, like a Luke Kennard or like a Corey Kispert, Doug McDermott. I know this is like
What did you Google white guys?
No, I basically did. And a lot of these guys have like similar trajectories to what Grady did in year one, and you're hoping for that year two is just like consistency's there, but also do you have a secondary skill?
Yeah, you want that elite skill to pop off. I think the other thing for him is honestly just like hustle plays. Like you talking about like defensive effort, crashing the boards, all of this stuff. Because I don't think he's ever going to round out to be like, oh, this like above average, like elite defender or anything.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever going to be like crazy, like playmaker. So it's like, do you have the elite skills where you're on the court as a 3-point shooter and you're still bringing some of that? Because like the Raptors have forever been searching for like an elite 3-point shooter that they can actually play on the floor. I mean, Matt Thomas was the first one that comes to mind for me recently.
You do love standing wide shooters on the Raptors. Because you did this with Svi as well.
Think about even like Otto Porter. I know it was like a different team, but like they were bringing him in to try to play a role. He wasn't able to play a role.
He wasn't able to play.
Yeah, he wasn't able to play.
Yeah.
I think they've forever been looking for that guy to stretch the floor.
Sure.
And if you have that guy in your starting lineup, like that's going to open up so much, you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I just want to see what that secondary skill is, because if it's not defense, then it's got to be playmaking. Yeah, it's got to be self-creation.
No, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Because
you got to find something else to bring to the table.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, honestly, even just starting with, and I think the difference between a guy like Grady did versus like a Luke Kennard, Corey Kispert, Doug McDermott, these other guys that I've race casted him into, is that like, number one, he's more athletic than those guys. He just is. The other thing too is he's doing it at a younger age than those guys. Those guys came in as like 2-3 year seniors, not seniors, like 2-3 year, sometimes even 4 year seniors. Yeah. And Grady came off of as a freshman, as a 20-year-old, and made an impact. Yeah. So he's like slightly ahead of the curve age-wise as well. But I mean, look, we'll see. You know what I mean? I think Grady for me like has a lot of big upside in terms of like who I would bet on to have like the biggest jump year over year. It probably would be Grady, just based on going from an end of the bench guy to a guy who could potentially start for most of the year.
Next up. Okay, next up, boys. Just a little free throw, eyes closed, okay? Eyes closed. Eyes closed, baby.
Wait, do you want to see my eyes closed?
You see the eyes closed? No, I trust you guys. This is a better shot. I trust you guys. I trust it. Oh! Let's check on these eyes, man. Let's check on these sweaty eyes. Okay, closed up. Closed up. Oh, wow.
What's next, brother?
All right, reason number 5 to get excited about this upcoming season.
How do you have 6 more?
I got lots of reasons, man.
All right,
That's
man.
what happens when you're at 11 p.m. and you're trying to desperately think about what to do for content in a September
Should've just asked me,
season.
man.
All right, the next one. Which rookie pops for the Raptors? Because the Raptors brought 5 incoming rookies.
Yeah, they went to Costco. They bought bulk.
Yeah. They got bulk.
They went bulk. Yeah.
Yeah, they even got some of those $1.50.
Only 5? They got more than 5
like a
rookies coming
$1.50
in.
hot. I mean, I'm not counting.
Are
the
you
guys,
counting the Exhibit 10s?
I'm not counting the Exhibit 10s.
The Exhibit
man.
A,
I'm
Exhibit
sorry.
C,
I'm
shouts to
not-
J Electronica.
I'm not Dan Tolzman, man. I can't be counting the Exhibit 10s.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yo, hit me back, DT.
Okay, all right.
So they got 5.
They got 5. So
Okay.
I'm going to remind you who those 5 were, because
Yes,
you were
sir.
there. Right?
I was in Vegas. It was a days. Yeah.
Jacoby Walter, right?
Jacoby Walter.
Scorer,
Yeah. Do you
kind
want
of
my
shooter.
reactions to these as you give them to me in terms of are they going to break out?
Yeah. Do you think Jacoby Walter's going to break
I
out?
think Jacoby Walter is more of a long-term project.
Okay.
I feel like it would
Raps
be...
are really high on him.
Yes.
They were super high on him.
Raps are high on all of the rookies.
They were.
Jacoby Walter, I think it would be beneficial for him to spend a lot of time in 905 this year.
Okay.
I actually don't...
We do have a lot of guards now.
Yeah, we have a lot of guards. If you assume Grady's going to take up a lot of minutes too, they've got Davion Mitchell.
Right.
Ochai Abaji is still a thing.
So hold on. Who takes over all of Gary's minutes and Gary's shots? Is that just Grady now?
I guess realistically, you distribute some of that. Maybe like IQ takes on a bigger role too, right? Like RJ takes on a bigger role.
Right.
We don't have a lot of scorers off the bench. Is the thing.
We don't have. Yeah,
Who's
exactly.
scoring off the bench?
Who
for
can
this
give
team?
you 10 off the bench?
We're doing this again.
It's probably
oh my
Kelly,
God.
man. It's probably Kelly.
That's
Kelly's
tough.
gonna want to give you.
But
10.
Jacoby, I'm looking at as a long-term project. I don't think he's gonna like burst on the scene and like make the rotation this season.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Jonathan Mobo. I guess we didn't really see much of him in summer league. 'Cause he got
Jonathan
injured.
Mobo, I see as another 905 guy. Yeah.
Man, 905 is gonna be stacked.
Yeah. 905 might be stacked.
The issue with me is like I don't see a lot of forwards on this team. So like if it's
Okay.
not Mobo, I don't even know like who backs up Scottie.
Is Chris coming back into the rotation? Like, do we need to talk about this?
I kind of doubt it. No, I don't. I think it's just a situation where it's like, number one, I think Darko wants him to play like a big, but Darko's bigs are all like playmaking, facilitating, screening at the top.
My thing is, if Chris is not going to play, they should do him a favor and just ship him somewhere else. Because I feel like Chris can still be a really solid bench contributor.
Yeah, even towards the end of last season when he like finally got into some of those games. Yeah. Remember when they only had like 10 guys, they still weren't really playing Chris.
Right.
Which was kind of really, really tough to see. But then there was that one Portland game where he came in.
That's right.
And he even got he forced overtime with that tip.
Them, but he got hurt in that game.
He got hurt, yeah. But that's the thing. He played all out, man. I mean,
Mobo, another long-term one for me, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, like, it's interesting because they're trying to turn him into a wing. Okay. Which I don't know if that's necessarily his best skill set. He's succeeded a lot playing as a small ball center.
Right.
So it's
I think he works better as a big. I mean, this is from like watching a game and a half of him in like summer league, but
but even in summer league, exactly. They had like two bigs on all times, and then he would play three. And it's like if you played Draymond and three, like it just wouldn't look good.
They did like the description was like a Draymond type. He could be a Draymond type player.
Right. All right.
We need to stop that, by the way. This is like they want every guy to be like a Draymond type player.
Yeah.
Like
it used to be a problem with it when you were a tweener. Now they
but like,
actually
do you have
tweeners.
Stephen Clay just like running around like rats, like running off 20 screens, hitting threes?
You got Quickly and Dick. You got Quick Dick, man.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Jamal Shed.
I really like Shed.
Yeah, me too. That was my favorite player from summer league.
But we need to sort out this bench situation. So tell me right now, how many guys do you think are locked in to bench spots who are going to play?
I think Davion's your backup point guard. Kelly's your backup center.
Okay. After that,
Bruce Brown.
Oh, yeah, Bruce Brown.
Yeah,
that's already an 8-man rotation.
Right. And then Ochai. I mean, you got Ochai for a reason.
So that's 9.
Yeah.
So that's why when you're asking about these rookies, like I don't see a spot for like too many of them.
Well, I think if those are the 9, then the next person should be a big. That's why I think Mobo is actually more in line to get these minutes.
Or I'm sure you've got your boy Ulrich Chomche on this list.
Yeah, Chomche is on the list.
So do they think Mobo is further along than Chomche?
He should be, yeah.
But I like Chomche. I like Chomche a lot. I feel like they should I guess he'll end up in 905.
By the way, if you like Howard Chomche, the NBA actually did a documentary series that followed
I saw
him.
that.
You actually watched that?
No, I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
Oh, wow, okay.
I saw that.
So I actually watched it.
Okay.
And
Will Lou was first on this on Ulrich's backstory, by the way.
But
that's Randy Urban. He was there.
There's actual footage of him like in
the farm.
In the farm,
okay, that's amazing.
Down bananas.
Where can people find this?
It's
like
just
on the official NBA.
Yeah, it's on the official NBA.com website.
Just look up NBA and like
NBA app.
Name.
If you search Ulrich Chomche, you'll find it. But it's actually really good. It showcases that's a lot of his story actually. So his mom is actually sick as well, which is unfortunate. I think that's one of the motivations for him to like turn pro and to like really make it. But like even went into the history of his family. Like he was like the son of somebody who was like the chief of his village or something.
Yeah.
It was actually really, really well done.
All right.
And it showcased like the people that have sort of like brought basketball to him and stuff. But like I think for Chomche, like he's the youngest player in the draft.
Yeah. He's got the raw skills though. If you were to ask me, if you were to rephrase the question of like which of all these rookies I would bet on long term, I would take Chomche without question.
Chomche would be
I really think he's gonna become the best player out of all these guys.
All right. We could hear ourselves think after the AC turned off. And then the last one's Brandon Carlson, our boy.
Oh yeah. Another white boy. Yeah, I guess these guys are all heading to Mississauga, man.
Yo, you tell me we drafted 5 guys from Mississauga? Don't tell me that right now.
Which out of these 5 do you think is gonna be there, like cracking the rotation and like getting minutes? I guess Jacoby's the obvious pick.
I think Mobo and Shed because they're the oldest. Well, I guess Carlson as well, but like.
But is this a season where they're just like, okay, like we're not really competing for a lot of things. Why don't we throw Jacoby out there and like have him play at 905, but also give him minutes up here? Do you think they would do that as a strategy?
Maybe, but the thing is like, where is he going to get those minutes?
I mean, you assume Bruce Brown gets moved. Okay, let's say Bruce Brown gets moved out at some point.
Once Bruce Brown gets moved, then
I don't think Ochai is so locked into a rotation spot that you wouldn't like prioritize developing Jacoby over.
Why did we get Ochai then?
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good question for the front office.
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, but there's like clearly like just a glut of these types of players these wing players that they need to figure out.
I mean, realistically, if 2 of them pop, I think we're in a really good spot.
Yeah. Or do you think Jacoby could be like a contributor like this season?
I doubt it. I think not this season, but I think going forward for sure.
Yeah. I think if the Raptors come out of this, like these 5 players with like 2 rotation players, I'd be pretty happy.
Oh, for sure. Any draft you come out with 2 rotation players, you're thrilled. Okay, I guess we're gonna take a quick break.
All right.
And we're
Excitement stays at 6.
Still 6. All right, we're gonna see if we can get from a 6 to a 7 at least by the end of this episode. But you've been listening to the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. Hey, it's your host, Will, and I wanted to take this break to say a very, very special hello and welcome to the official bank of the podcast. Tangerine is joining us as a sponsor for the season, as a partner for the season, and I'm so excited about this. Of course, you already know about Tangerine. They are the official bank of the Toronto Raptors. They are a foundational partner of the WNBA and the NBA. And of course, now they're joining us on the Hello and Welcome podcast. And we are so excited because Tangerine is committed to basketball across the board, whether that's from grassroots all the way up to the pros. And where you will see a court, you will see Tangerine. And they are committed to growing the game of basketball in Canada. And that's something that really resonated strongly with us. And I know that will resonate strongly with our fans and our listeners because that's a real mission that they're behind and that we're behind as well. So what you need to know about Tangerine is that they're about forward banking. That means no unfair fees, no overly complicated products, and definitely no expensive brick and mortar branches. To learn more about Tangerine, you can go to tangerine.ca to find out more. But for now, what you need to know is that Tangerine, in addition to being the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and its fans, it's also the official bank of Hello and Welcome and its fans. So thank you so much, and we're looking forward to the season.
Oh, Vinny Jr. Oh, he called Tangerine Bank. Tangerine Bank, baby.
Welcome back to the Hello and Welcome podcast with myself, Will, and co-host Alex Wong. We're still trying to get Alex to be more excited about the upcoming 2024-2025 Toronto Raptors season. Currently, he's at a 6 out of 10 right now.
6 is pretty good, man.
6, you
want people to be 10 out of 10? I got some other pods where people can fake excite for you.
I'm 10 out of 10 excited.
Okay, this one too. All right, my bad.
We one of those. Okay, ready? Yeah. Reason number 6 to get excited.
All right.
Masai and Bobby got more in the tank.
More in the tank. Okay, first of all, I want to go on a little rant actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been seeing, I'm not on Twitter like that anymore, but I feel like there's been a lot of chatter about how they fleeced the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, yeah, we gassing this thing a lot
this summer.
Yeah, we gassing it hard.
And
it's good. It's a good trade.
So let's revisit this trade. So we got rid of Jalen McDaniels,
who was honestly, he makes my top 5 worst Raptors of all time.
Worst Raptor to watch of all time.
Yeah, genuinely, I was tearing my hair out.
In exchange, we got 2 weeks of Sasha Vezenkov begging to go back to Europe, and then he did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a $0 buyout.
Yeah, a $0 buyout. Yeah. You know we're hyping it up when you're talking $0 buyout because I don't ever hear that.
Yo, man, come on, man.
And then who else? We got Davion Mitchell.
Yeah.
The number 1 stopper in the game.
I got less excited about that though after because we took Jamal Shed in the draft.
Yeah.
And I don't know if necessarily we have minutes for both of those guys.
Yeah. Okay. And then the draft pick turned into Jamal Shed.
The draft pick
did it?
Turned into Shed. Yeah.
And we have that Portland pick via this, right?
The Portland pick next year, second round pick. Probably somewhere between 30 and 35.
I mean, this is a great trade for getting rid of a player that nobody wanted in the rotation for this upcoming season. Mm-hmm. Why did we give him a player option in the first place? But come on, man, it's not a fleece.
Okay.
This is just you got
some
trade. Role players, yeah. OG and Norm for Gravis Vasquez was a fleece.
Okay.
That was a fleece.
Okay,
if you're talking all-time Masai fleeces, I'm just saying, it goes back to the conversation about the excitement. You can't be at a 10 all the time, man. Sometimes when they're rebuilding, you got to keep it at a 6, man.
Okay. Well, hold on.
How are you going to be excited and be at 10 all the time?
Speaking of 6, though.
Okay.
They got more in the chamber, baby. Bruce Brown's still on the roster.
Okay, Bruce
hasn't
Brown,
been traded.
which is the least favorite topic of any Raptors fan right
Chris
now.
Boucher still has yet to be traded.
Yeah, I would like Chris to get traded for Chris's sake. Because I think Chris,
I agree.
I could see Chris they have a lot of players. I could see Chris going to a Memphis and coming off the bench and being a contributor. I could see him being in Dallas or something.
Sure.
Chris still has a lot in the tank as well. Okay, so they got Chris.
I'm just saying, like, they got
Trade
more
Chris
moves to make,
after
that's it.
Montreal training camp, though, because, it's super cool to have
Well,
Chris there.
Who gets traded there in training camp, man?
I don't know. Masai's ruthless, man.
Yo, that's
He'll
crazy.
trade DeMar while he's on a Jack in the Box.
Yeah, so DeMarco talked about it on 50
They'll
podcasts
be like,
afterwards.
Uncle Dennis, no ownership for you. You guys can go to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? That's it?
That's not. That's
Yo, that's it. They brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, I think the excitement went down to a 5.5.
They had 2 bullets left in the chamber. I don't think this is a season of big moves for the Raptors, so like transaction-wise.
Nah, I'm just hoping for like one more McDaniel-style trade.
Sure,
essentially.
but this is why the level of excitement is like kind of in the middle. Because even the last few years, you could get excited about the transaction game.
Because you had actual players to trade,
but the
like
Raptors
OG
did,
and Pascal.
Yeah, but the Raptors did their best to kill that too. Because like 2 trade deadlines ago, they didn't do anything and just added Jakob.
Right.
I think the OG trade brought a little of excitement to people, depending on how you feel about OG. I mean, he was heading out anyways.
I think he was heading out anyway.
Based on that contract.
Yeah.
And then the Pascal one, come on.
Yeah,
that was not a fleece job.
That's not a fleece.
That was whatever the opposite of a fleece job was.
No, man.
Yeah, because where's
That's
Jordan?
cashmere.
Where's Jordan Noir right now?
Oh yeah, he's actually in Turkey.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Shouts to Ennis.
Another Ennis.
Yeah. So that was terrible.
Yeah, you down
that
on
was a terrible pitch.
All right.
Yeah. So we're out on that.
Bring that man out. Bring that man out. Bring that man out. No. Put him at the free throw line. Put him at the free throw line. Okay. Yeah. You guys just gotta pull up and shoot over him. Okay.
You want to turn
Pull up, shoot over him. Okay, just pull up in front, shoot over him. Wow, this game's getting going now. This game's getting going. Oh, Johnson again! Sudden death.
Let me get you actually excited though. Okay, so reason number 7. So 30th anniversary.
30th.
Lots of events. We know obviously Vince Carter is going to get his jersey retired at a date.
We don't know
TBD.
when. We don't know when.
TBD.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you come back for the retirement ceremony, you're going to do a media press tour at least.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
To
sir.
some degree.
Yes, sir.
So this is a hypothetical, but Vince sits down with us.
Yeah.
I actually sidestepped the main host duties for that day because
yeah.
I wasn't around for the Vince Carter stuff.
Yeah.
You actually sit down with Vince, and I know you got some issues with Vince. You hash it out. You're like, Vince, man, come on. I know you're a great player, but there were a couple moments where you kind of quit on us a little bit.
I don't have issues with Vince. I just don't like when athletes do revisionist history.
Okay.
And we kind of let it slide. I'm totally cool with the fact that the city of Toronto embraces Vince now. When he came back as a Memphis Grizzly, they did a whole video.
That was beautiful.
And he was super emotional.
Yep.
I love that. But I think we should just still keep the truth of the fact that he wanted to get traded and he was traded. And the moment after he was traded, all these clips are available online. He went on like Inside the NBA TNT, sat down with John Thompson and admitted that he wasn't trying hard before he was traded.
Okay.
He immediately went to the Nets and became a completely different player.
He doubled his production.
Yeah,
Some people would argue though he went to a way better team.
Yeah, I don't have.
And
I
he
don't
also
have.
played with Jason Kidd.
I don't have the stats with me. I don't have my laptop with me. I'm
He
raw.
went from like 15 points to like 25 points a game.
I'm raw dogging this pod today, but it's like I think he was averaging like 16 points a game or something.
Yeah,
like in that final stretch of games.
Okay.
With the Raptors. So yes, if I sat down with Vince,
Yeah,
like
you would
I
ask him these
would
questions?
love to have this conversation with him.
Yeah.
I think it would be because like over the years he's been
for sure.
Over the years he's been like, oh, I don't want to get traded. I actually didn't want to get traded, and all this stuff.
Is that true?
And I
don't
think
know about
and I
that.
think it's great to just always remember Vince's impact, celebrate it. I'm not trying to take away from that. But it's also okay to say that like he was just like another player, any other superstar who wanted out of town.
Would you feel better if he said, you know what, I'm not proud of how it all went down. I'm sorry. You know,
I don't think
I was in a bad space, and
Yeah.
and it was a bad situation all around.
I don't think it's needing an apology.
No?
I think it's just like let's not rewrite the story.
Okay.
Like if we're gonna celebrate him going to the Hall of Fame, if we're gonna retire his jersey, it's okay. But when you have the conversation, and like we don't need to gloss over like how it ended and stuff. You know what I mean?
You know, I think for me, like it actually makes the story better.
Sure.
If you acknowledge that there were ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it's kind of like reminds me of like, you know, when Dan Gilbert wrote his Comic Sans against LeBron.
Sure.
And, you know, LeBron was able to come back and like win a championship with the Cavs. Like you don't forget about that part of it.
Yeah.
When, you know, the breakup happened and people in the city like burned his jersey and like Dan Gilbert wrote all of that stuff. It's part of the story. And part of Vince's story was how it ended here. And that's okay.
If hypothetically Vince did take accountability, though,
Yeah.
would that make you feel more excited for the season? Still no?
No.
I'm trying so hard.
This is the last time you're in charge of this.
All right. Well, point number 8 then. In addition to Vince, obviously, we're going to have a ton of former Raptors return to the city.
Yeah.
This is just a top 10 former Raptors who are retired, so not active players, obviously.
Let's go. Yeah.
That I want to see come back and honored at some point this season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Vince.
Yep.
Obviously, you got to get Chris Bosh in there. I got to give Chris Bosh his love, man. I hate on Chris Bosh too much.
We're going to have a Chris Bosh conversation.
He just wasn't that interesting.
We might have it with Chris Bosh.
Okay, fair enough.
Try to make that happen.
He might be interesting then when I see him in person.
Yeah.
Damon Stoudemire.
Yeah, I love Damon.
Yeah.
Excited for Damon to get some love.
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. Okay, a little forgotten to be honest, like because he
think
was only
so?
here for a very short time.
I think he gets remembered as part of like what if him and Vince stayed around and both in their primes.
And he's very remembered for like obviously Orlando, Houston.
Well, I mean, as soon as he left Toronto, he like led the league in scoring with Orlando.
Yeah. So okay, T-Mac. Okay,
T-Mac. Okay. I want to see Serge Ibaka.
Oh yeah, I think Serge will be there.
I mean, he's not technically retired from playing basketball, but he's retired from the NBA.
No, and yeah, Serge, I will definitely have the scoop on that. So make sure you subscribe to Hello and Welcome.
Yeah,
I will be breaking news of when Serge is coming back to Toronto.
Oh, he said when, not if. Marc Gasol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They should just bring back the whole championship team like together.
I agree, but you think Kawhi's gonna be there?
No.
Kawhi wasn't
Do
even
you
there
think
for
if you
ring
offered
night, man.
Kawhi like $50K to come in, he would do it? Because I know he loves money.
You might have to offer Uncle Dennis $50K and put another zero on
So mad
that.
at Uncle Dennis. Remember when he lied to that kid in the airport line?
Yeah, that was hilarious. But because ring night, I'm thinking back on it, the Clippers weren't even playing that night. Why couldn't Kawhi just fly in? Because he was the only guy missing.
Yo, he was done with Toronto, man. Yeah. You know what?
Why couldn't he fly in for that?
You know what I'm telling you right now? If Kawhi comes back in any capacity, I mean, outside of the Clippers playing here, to celebrate anything that he did in Toronto this season,
he will be celebrated.
My
for sure.
excitement will go up to a 9. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Turn that 6 upside down.
Oh, just for Kawhi?
It's a 9 now.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be
do we
pretty
still
excited
do Drake stuff? Okay. Anyways,
the other stuff, I got Amir Johnson in here, Pete, Anthony Parker.
Okay. Just the greatest hits.
Yeah,
this is like
just
the greatest
why not?
hits.
You have one chance to do a 30th
like
anniversary.
That. You know what? I want to see what the Raptors do with their 30th, and I want them to really be able to like drum up a lot of nostalgia and excitement.
Yeah.
And I think that's got to be a huge part of this season. Like, regardless of what you think the team is going to do on the court, like you only get so many of these chances to celebrate the anniversary.
Yeah.
They've been spraying those graphics with purple for months now.
Yeah. Yo, seriously, when is it going to end, man? Like, enough. Just announce the
like,
whatever jersey you're going to wear.
Jamal Shed in a throwback Raps 99 jersey. I'm like, what does Jamal Shed have to do with this?
Put that purple in the front, black in the back jersey on Jamal
Happy birthday,
Shed.
Brandon Carlson. Why are his eyes purple?
Yo.
Anyways, I want them to do more than just spray purple. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
I mean, I by the way, I hope too for the Raptors. It's not just like because I think there's like a league-wide thing where they're gonna bring back a lot of old jerseys.
Oh, right.
I hope it's not just part of that campaign. I hope it's a special campaign.
Something that is specific
because it's
to
30th
Toronto.
anniversary. Yeah, I'd be disappointed if like everybody in the league was wearing retro and we're like, hey, we got purple retro.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
fair. That's fair.
Got dinner plans with my mom. We gotta keep this moving. Loser.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh! Running out of memory. Oops. Oh!
This is how you do it.
There we go.
All right, reason number 9 then. Stress-free tanking. Because here's the thing. The last couple years, we have just been debating, should they tank? Should they try to keep going? Should they make whatever moves?
Yes.
This is the first year where it's like, okay, we don't have to stress about it. Even last year when we did make those moves, we still owed our pick to San Antonio, which we ended up giving up. We could have got Zach Edey, who I know was in this court for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he was on this court eating Asha noodles.
Yeah, actually though, and that's not even a joke. Shout out to CCYA once again. But stress-free tanking.
Okay. See, I like
because you actually own your picks, and if you want to go in that direction, you can.
For better or worse, I'm glad the pick is gone now to San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we don't have to do this for another year. And I mean, I don't think the Raptors are going to be one of those teams that are going to be, at the top of the tankathon. I just don't see it.
Okay.
Do you see it? Like they're
I
too,
hope not to see
they're
it.
too good, right? They're too good.
I mean, if all these are things that we've already said previous
Yeah.
to this, like RJ continues to be good.
Yeah.
IQ averages 20.
So
Scottie, makes that sort of big jump.
Yeah.
And we're obviously not going to be in this. But the flip side is, if they choose to tank another year, they can do it now stress-free. And the
Right.
odds are sort of more flattened, where it's like you don't have to be the worst team. Like you can be Atlanta
Sure.
and you can win.
Sure.
Zachary Zurisache.
Okay, I like the stress-free angle. I just don't think they're gonna be in those conversations. Like they're gonna be 8th best odds,
I agree.
9th best odds.
I agree.
So yeah, punt that one as well.
All right. Can I at least
I'm gonna come
introduce
with
you?
my own list.
Can I at least introduce you to 5 players that you could potentially take at the top of the draft this year?
Yeah, okay, let's go.
All right, Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
You know
flags,
about Cooper
flags,
Flag?
flags fly forever. Yeah, hashtag
Okay.
flags fly forever.
All right,
Yeah.
Jew Fair Service. Damn, I didn't know you were into the Jays like
Ghost
that.
Runner on first.
Oh. Yo, man. Damn.
Yo, shouts to
We
Andrew
we
Stone,
getting
by the way.
blanked, like-
Andrew Stone is part, they're part of the Nation Network as well.
Oh, yeah. Come
So
on, man.
shouts to Andrew
Stone,
Stone.
man.
I actually love to read his newsletter and
Yeah.
listen to his pod all the time.
Yo.
He's been my go-to Blue Jays resource for like 20 plus
No,
years. I
not
want to
even
say
kidding,
at this
man.
point.
All right, we're going to have no love for Dustin Parks.
No,
Round out the trio.
Oh yeah, shouts to Parks.
Yeah,
Man.
man. All the old score guys.
Yeah.
Okay, Cooper Flag, though. Yeah. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
know about Cooper
Yeah,
Flag.
hashtag flags fly
You can
forever.
already tell that, like, the league is very
Sure.
ready for, like, the next Great White Hope kind of situation.
Sure, yeah.
You could definitely tell.
But again, the Raptors.
But he's
are
also,
not,
like, incredibly good.
I get like the Raptors could make an Atlanta Hawks type jump.
Yeah.
And then whatever, that could happen any year. But like
Yeah.
they're just not going to be the favorites for these guys. But yes, hit me.
I'm not. You don't want to hear about Nolan Traore?
Nolan Traore, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
If,
Nolan,
if
you know
you
what?
don't first succeed,
I'm a-
try your way again. Yeah,
I'm
try
a
your way
flip it
again.
for you.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hashtag.
Who do you think?
It's a long hashtag.
What do you think Nolan Traore does? Like, what do you think his game
I
is?
believe he is a lefty shooting guard. Yeah.
Wow. How did
A
you know
lefty-
that? Wait. Are you actually?
I'm
tapped
making
in?
this up right now.
No, he actually
Yeah.
is
A lefty D Wade type. Yeah.
No, he's not actually.
Okay, my bad. Okay. I've never heard of him actually.
Yo, okay, so he's a French point guard, 6'5".
Okay, so he's playing overseas this year?
He's playing overseas.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really
Okay.
well rounded. He really popped off at like the
Nice.
Hoop Summit. This is
Okay.
like a Lee Van
Okay.
Osmond special. Like
Yeah,
you go to
yeah,
Portland,
yeah.
you see like the best American prospects against the
Okay,
international prospects.
so he's up there. Okay, nice.
Have you heard about VJ Edgecombe?
VJ Etchcombe.
Yeah. What do you think VJ does?
VJ Etchcombe is a center. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a bruising center.
He's a
Yeah.
bruising center. We're bringing
Yeah.
those back. Yeah, Jamal McLaurin type.
yeah. Hashtag hey VJ, it's your birthday. Yeah, so that's gonna be the hashtag for him.
VJ Edgecombe. So
Yeah.
I had to look this up because I was surprised he was only 6'4", but he got like a 7'4" wingspan.
Oh, okay.
Dude, like crazy long arms,
Like
super athletic. He played for Bahamas during the Olympic qualifying tournament with Buddy Hield, Eric Gordon,
right.
and
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
Yo,
he
how
was
did they
really,
not make it, man?
They
had
were
a
really good.
squad,
They were
man.
really. He was really good, and as an 18-year-old, was actually really thriving in that
okay.
environment. So he's obviously one of the top guys.
Yep.
You got Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey, yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag aces are good. Yeah. Hashtag aces are good. He's a white boy too?
No.
Oh, okay. My
But
bad.
he got a similar profile, I guess, in a way
Okay.
to like Cooper, in the
Okay.
sense of like they're both kind of similar
so
body types.
what you're telling me is that this draft class is a lot more exciting.
Way more excited.
Okay.
Way more
And the
excited.
Raptors are probably gonna miss out on this.
Crazy athletic player too.
Do you he's
He's more of a scorer than Cooper is.
I know you're not
Cooper's
Jeremy
like a
Wu.
defensive specialist.
I know you're not Sam Fassini, but do you think the Raptors could get something nice at with the 8th pick?
I think they could
this
too.
year?
Because even like the 5th guy
Yeah.
here that I had was Dylan Harper, who is
Okay.
another Ron Harper child.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So another half Asian coming in the league, by the way.
Nice.
There you
Nice.
go.
Nice. No hashtags for him.
He's the lefty. He's the lefty shooting guard that you
Okay.
were describing
Okay,
as
nice,
Nolan
nice,
Traore.
nice.
But he was also really good as
Well,
well. He
this
was
is my
actually like
thing.
one of the best players at the McDonald's All-American game.
Well, this is my thing. It's like we talked about the 5 rookies earlier that the Raptors are bringing in. We're not like that high on them in terms of like what the upside is right away.
Oh, these guys would all have.
But
way
that's what
more
I'm saying.
upside
It's
than
like,
all those
where
guys,
is that next wave of talent
Yeah.
going to come from? Because clearly, with Scottie and the rest of the team, you need to add. If you're going to compete, you need like over the next few years, at least like 3 or 4 more guys to like really upgrade the rotation. So can they get one out of this upcoming draft? Can they get one out of the Bruce Brown trade? Can they get one out of just one of these 5 rookies popping? And then can they get one in like free agency? I don't know.
Yeah.
These are all the avenues, right?
That's it.
That's what would have me more excited. It's like, how are you gonna add to this group?
So this is you're still at a 6. I feel
I'm
like
still
at
at
the
a
end of
6.
this, you're closer to a 5.5.
No, I'm still at a 6.
Yeah. All right. The 10th one I got.
Yeah.
I mean,
brother.
the 10th one I got is like we got to do a show again. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very
that's-
meta.
yeah.
No, we're very excited. You know,
We get to do a whole season.
We have a lot of excited like new partnerships to announce,
Absolutely.
like sponsors coming on, and I think with the 30th anniversary too. Like we ourselves have 30th anniversary plans.
Yep.
To really cover that aspect. And just like informally from talking to like listeners and like fans and stuff, I think they want reasons to be excited too, right? Like I'm sure that's part of the reason why you wanted to do this type of thing today, in the dead of post summer.
This is why I forced you to get excited about the team.
No, but I think
Unsuccessfully,
I think that part of it will be super exciting too. And yeah, like the plans, we can reveal them as they come along like throughout the season. But I think it'll be really exciting to kind of give a new spin on how we want to cover the team this year,
Sure.
especially with Jerome on board as well.
Absolutely.
And so we're super excited.
No,
about
you can
that.
already tell that like it's different than what we were doing previously. It really is, right? Like
Yeah.
we're moving around. I think there's a more freedom aspect to it in terms of just like
Yeah.
that aspect. But also I think at the same time it's also gonna be very familiar in the sense that we're still gonna be covering the team in the ways that
we're still gonna be
React Pod's still gonna be
we're still
there.
gonna be a Raptors show. you know?
Yeah. We just also listen to music now. Okay, that was actually not the real 10th reason.
Oh, okay.
That was just for fun.
Wow, plot twist.
Wow. The 10th
Wow.
reason
this
is
guy's
just
like Drake on his Finsta. He's like, it's game 2 now.
we're gonna win game 2.
Uh-oh.
Raps and Drake in 5. Yo, Drake in 5 would be crazy. That's what I wanted like DeMar to tweet out. Like, yo, Raps in 5
Oh my
after losing
God.
game 1.
You need to make it from here on that one. What? Yo. Oh!
Yo.
All right, what's up?
Instead of just being like LeBron,
What's
no
the-
one could stop him. I'll give
What's
you
the
$100.
real reason?
The real reason is just like less bullshit in general.
Less bullshit in general. Okay.
Can I walk you through some of the things that happened last season?
All right, walk me through it. Bro.
Okay.
Let's go.
You got coming into the season. Okay.
Yep.
Pascal Siakam won training camp. Like welcome, like just media
Pascal
day.
Siakam being straight up disrespected on media day.
Masai's like, yeah,
Darko's like, yo, he got to fit into my system.
you got to fit into my system.
Yeah.
Masai kind of
Masai's like, yo, he's selfish.
kind of insinuated that he's selfish, or at
Yeah.
least that's how the message was received.
Yeah.
And it leads to this whole, shitstorm that doesn't need to happen.
That drama
Right.
is gone.
Right. Then you get out to the start of the season. They win game 1 against the Timberwolves. Honestly, when you look back, probably one of the best wins.
Yeah.
They beating a conference
Yeah.
finalist. But then they go on, a bit of a losing streak. They're really
Yeah.
struggling, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, you got the Pascal Siakam trade. You got the OG trade
Yep.
in the middle of that. You got the fact that they snapped Detroit's 28-game losing streak.
Yeah.
You got
we had
that one.
Too.
You also got Dennis ripping the team after that one as well.
Yeah,
in the
Dennis
press.
ripping the team. Otto Porter retiring.
Otto Porter's like straight up, I don't want to be here no
yeah,
more.
yeah.
Like,
Otto Porter.
I'm out of here.
Otto Porter stealing
Right.
money and retiring.
There were
Respects.
games where like Thad Young was playing. Remember, because like
That's right. That's
Pascal like and Jakob went for the same pass on an inbound.
Yep.
And they stepped on each other's foot, and Jakob went
Yep.
out for a while.
Jonte Porter.
Jonte Porter was brought in because Jakob went out.
Yep.
Because also Christian Koloko was medically ruled unavailable to play. You know what I mean? Then Jonte Porter was actually a decent player. I'm not gonna lie. But
No,
then-
I remember we had Jonte on our show too.
yeah.
And like him telling his story of almost like quitting basketball, getting back
to
into
do what,
it.
man?
No, it was like super inspiring, and then obviously the rest of the stuff transpired. and
Right.
That's unfortunate.
That was also one of the best moments of last year in terms of just like finding out in real time when Woj tweeted that Jonte Porter was suspended for the reason that he was.
Oh, yeah.
And like seeing every Raptor employee like
Yeah.
panic essentially.
we went from
huddle up.
we went from Rico Hines to a Rico case, man. It was crazy. I don't know what happened.
When he actually texted his group chat being like, yo, we might just get hit with that Rico. I'm like, oh, brother.
I'm not gonna lie. I was there for one of the games when he came in the fourth quarter. It was against OKC. I think it was like
Yeah.
a blowout,
Uh-huh.
and he like banked in a 3.
Yeah.
And I was there with my friend Kevin from Livestock. I remember he looked over to me. He was like, "Yo, man, that's weird the way he reacted to that."
He's like, damn it.
Yeah, it's like, yo, that felt a little FBI CIA ish. Anyways, that's a crazy subplot.
We
though.
had that, and then of course we finally get like some semblance of players back in the roster together. They're playing together for a little bit. Then Scottie Barnes breaks his hand.
Yeah, Scottie gets hurt.
Right. Then Jakob Poeltl gets hurt once again the next day, I think.
Yep, that's his hand injury too.
And then you also got deaths in the family with RJ and also Emanuel Quickly, so they missed a ton of time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's when the season just fell apart. Like there was nothing, there's no reason to watch.
There was no reason to watch for like 2 full months. To the point where the Raptors had 31 players on their active roster at some point last season.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
Can you name me the 31
I'm not
players?
doing those. Malik, I know this is like your Malik Williams type thing. You know?
Can I just name out some of the players that actually was part of that 31?
Let's go.
Javon Freeman Liberty.
Yeah, JFL.
Mohamedou Gay.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Lil Boucher.
Ron Harper Jr. We hoping for Dylan Harper. Ron Harper is already here.
Lil Lumpia. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it like how Cameron Diaz says it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, let's go. Keep moving.
Kira Lewis Jr. You remember Kira Lewis Jr.?
Oh, my God. Where did he come? Which trade did he come in?
He came in the Pascal Siakam trade.
Oh, wow. Another great trade.
Pelicans, maybe?
Great trade, Bobby.
Yeah. I think, by the way, he wore number 3, which is OG's number 2.
Okay, yeah.
Not that we're going to retire your OG's
number
number.
Over there.
Marquise Noel. Remember Marquise Noel? They were trying to get us excited.
Marquise Noel, Mr. New York City, declared he was going to be the best Raptor ever. Yeah.
Right. That was tough. Right?
Yeah.
Jamias Ramsey. You remember Jamias Ramsey?
I remember Jamias Ramsey.
Maybe one. Which hand did Jamias shoot with? Left or right?
Ambidextrous. Yeah. J-Ram.
Yeah, two-handed shooter like you, man.
Yeah.
Kobe Simmons. You remember Kobe Simmons? Kobe Simmons?
Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Malik Williams. Yeah, it was an incredible roster, honestly.
Man, I don't know how you slog through that.
Yeah, man. Imagine doing a 2-hour show.
That was a first slog.
That was tough, man.
That was a first slog in a while, man. But no, but honestly, the bounce back.
I'm just saying, it can't be as nearly as bad as last year.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The bounce back from last season,
like I'm actually excited.
Even pulling up to Summer League, it was exciting and refreshing to just like see new players. And I think it's going to be the same way this year. But like, you can't deny the fact that when the 82-game schedule kicks in, like there's going to be some slogs.
No, there's going to be some slogs.
There's going to be some slogs for sure. I think from a general fan excitement standpoint, like it would be really nice if the Raptors just got off to a good start.
Yeah.
Like if you're like 6-4 after 10 games, you're not
especially
like
given
in the hole.
the schedule that they got.
Yeah.
Like
so
I'd be excited at 5-5.
Yeah.
Man.
So if they can get off to a good start, get people excited, then I think that can carry through a little bit.
Okay.
But if it's like a 2-10 start,
yeah, that's tough.
Then you're starting to look at like anniversary nights and things like that. Then like it's gonna be tough. But
there you go. Well, I tried my best, man. I tried my best to get Alex excited.
I'm pretty excited, man. This is a good level.
Where are you ending up?
I'm ending at 6.1.
Okay. Yeah, we made progress. There you go.
Yeah, the fact that you reminded me that we no longer have to watch Kira Lewis this year.
I don't even think we watched that much Kira Lewis. I think he might have played like 2 minutes, man.
Yeah. So
I think J. Lou might have got more courts on Scotia.
By the way, before we wrap up too, just want to give a quick shout out to listeners Anne and Luke. So Josie and Colin, also listeners of the show and friends of the show, were playing pickleball with them the other day. And Anne and Luke, they found out that Anne and Luke were also huge listeners.
Oh, really?
Of the show.
Wow.
So promise them, want to surprise them with a shout out. So shout out to Anne, shout out to Luke. Stop playing fake tennis.
Wow.
Pros play real tennis.
You get into that pickleball age too, like
I'm getting to the age of a lot of things. I'm getting to the age of pickles, pickleball, just anything.
No, I think pickles is age inclusive.
Yeah. Also, my birthday is in under 30 days.
That's right. If you want to send Alex Wong a birthday present,
if you want to buy me a birthday present,
what do you want for your birthday?
Don't pick it for me. I will send you links to stuff.
What do you actually want for your birthday?
Well, I've already told Jerome. We've been frequenting Ossington a lot recently.
You want an Ossington Street gift card?
So one of the establishments we frequented is Bar 222.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's a really cool hat in there that says the 222.
Yeah.
So
that's what you want.
I definitely want that.
Another hat. How many hats do you have?
Don't worry about it. So it'd be really cool.
At least in the hundreds.
It'd be cool if we can I can get some like Ossington gear.
Okay. So you like unironically love Ossington now.
I am a big fan. Shouts to DK at Paris.
Yep. Once again, another fan.
Shouts to the gift shop. Went to this restaurant, Asar, a Mediterranean Middle Eastern restaurant. That was really nice.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So yeah, Jerome's already said off camera that he's gonna take care of the 222 hat.
Man.
All right.
No, 40th birthday is a big one too, man. I don't know. We gotta.
We're potentially in Montreal. So
we could turn up even more in Montreal.
Yeah,
man.
we're gonna turn up.
We just gotta make sure we're back.
Catch me at Saint Viateur at 4 a.m.
Why you say it like that? Dog?
Catch me getting the
pool room?
glizzies.
The pool
the
room?
glizzies at the pool room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we're in Montreal too, and you know,
glizzy, por favor.
if we are in Montreal,
yeah,
I think we should organize a little something and have our Montreal listeners pull up.
You want to do an event? Actually, if you're in
Because
Montreal,
we do so much for Toronto.
Right.
You know, the amount of stuff we do for this city, you know, just goes under.
We do for the city, man.
We need to, you know, it'd be super cool if we could like hang out and get to know some of our Montreal listeners.
If you are gonna be in Montreal for training camp, or you're just like Montreal resident, whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know. If
we will
actually,
open up something like an RSVP.
I just want to know like how much like we'd actually even get out there. You know what I mean?
we
Like,
can go to Verdun.
Verdun.
Yeah, Verdun, which is the Ossington of La Belle Province. And we can do some stuff
there.
there.
Hit at the Mile End or what, man?
And you know where
I'm tired of the Mile End.
And you know
man.
where we're
Verdun sounds
going.
better.
You know where we're going next year, though.
Where are we going next year, man?
Next August 2025.
Oh yeah.
We are heading to Edinburgh, Scotland.
I said maybe.
Damn. Yo, your boy
Don't
got
really
caught up in that
know.
Ticketmaster dynamic pricing, got scammed, but bought 2 tickets in front of the stage, you know, stage
Yo,
type
standing room?
vibe.
Wait, where are the tickets?
Standing, yeah, in front of the stage.
So we're gonna have to push our way to the front.
Yeah, 2 tickets.
Oh man.
You're paying me back, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
okay.
How much is it?
$650.
Goodness, man.
Don't worry, I think Ticketmaster is being investigated because like the Oasis tickets came out on Saturday.
Yeah, let me put that on Klarna, man.
And those were originally supposed to be like 150 euros each.
Yeah,
but Ticketmaster does this weird thing where based on the demand, they'll push the price up.
Right.
And now they're being investigated and there might be a lawsuit. So if anybody wants to get your boy into a class action, I will put in that signature.
Yeah, likewise, man.
But super excited to go to Oasis.
Man.
I don't need. I mean, I'm an Oasis fan. I wouldn't say I'm like a super fan.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm not like a stan.
Nah, give me your top 5 Oasis songs, man.
That's all from What's the Story, Morning Glory. You know, probably.
Okay.
Actually, no, I gotta throw Live Forever in there. You know, a little Acquiesce, a little Talk Tonight.
Oh,
yeah. So some of those joints.
You're good, man.
Yeah. You know, obviously the classics like She's Electric, like Slide Away.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get more into the Oasis catalog because like if we're pulling up to Edinburgh,
you need to know every song, every word, every song.
We gotta like be in it, you know. So
Half a World Away.
Yeah,
that's another classic, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
Liam, I thought you were talking about the trip.
No, well that too. But no, Liam actually gave an incredible performance of that. Okay. You actually just Google it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, his voice is sounding really good these days.
Yeah, so your boys are heading to Scotland. Man. We're gonna make that happen. Yeah, just need the invoice deposit to hit.
Okay.
Because that credit card is getting hefty.
Don't worry, man. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, it's time to get out of here.
Hey, appreciate everybody. Once again,
what are we doing next week,
thanks
man?
to CCYA. I don't know, man. I think you're gonna plan an episode.
Okay, let me take.
This one wasn't hitting the same, but you know.
Yeah, let me take the wheel next week.
Yeah, go ahead, take the wheel, man. But otherwise, you know, just get.
No, shouts to CCYA.
Shouts to CCYA.
CCYA.org. Thank you, Clement Chu. Thank you, Johnson. Thank you, Carl, the Geek Freak.
Absolutely.
And to all the CCYA crew, like, we love you. Make sure everybody go check out the CCYA website. Super cool.
If you're Markham and your kid wants to play basketball, this is actually a great place to do it.
Yeah.
That's the pitch. And also, thanks to all our sponsors as well and our partners gearing up for the season. And yeah, we're just really excited to sort of take you on this 2024-2025 Raptors season journey. All right. So this has been the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway, and we're out.
Yo, the game's gonna be over. If he doesn't make this, it's over! It's over! This guy sucks at basketball. He's the worst.